Hey, what's going on everybody? It's David Raz, and in this video we're going to be doing a beats breakdown for this beats Svarg and I created called Asylum. So this is what it sounds like here. In this video, I'm going to be going track by track and then showing you everything I have on the mixer channel, as well as how Svarg created this loop. So right now he's going to explain it in this video.
So I started the loop off with a piano from Scorch, and I simply made triad chords and added a top line, and those bass notes are there. After randomizing the velocity, I rendered everything and added it to the mixer and pitched it down 12 semitones. And for effects, we have like Fruity Paramedic EQ2 for high and low cut. And then I took out a harsh frequency, added reverb and delay, and another EQ for another high cut. And I added OTT for more presence and like this vinyl effect. And it sounds like this. So the second layer I added is some kind of pad from Scorch too, and without any effects it sounds like this. And I just copied the bass notes and like placed them again here. So I also rendered this again and pitched it down 12 semitones, and for effects we have EQ for high and low cut and reverb and pancake, so the sound goes from the left to the right. And I also added this like cluster flux effect and also vinyl, and everything together sounds like this. So for the third layer we have a bell which sounds like this. And I just copied the top melody and the bass note, and it sounds like this. I also rendered it again and pitched it down 12 semitones. And for effects we have two EQs, one for low cut and the other one for taking out a harsh frequency right there and a bit of a high cut. And we also have reverb, then sidechain, OTT for like more presence, and vinyl. And everything together sounds like this. So the last thing I added is this vinyl crackle noise, and after that I created a bass with a low cut and a fruity compressor, and yeah, that's basically it, and everything together sounds like this.
Alright, now that you've seen how Svarg has created the video, let's go to the beat breakdown. So we're going to focus in on this main section right here and start with track 1 and go all the way down. So first thing we have is obviously the sample. Basically what I did was turn down the volume a little bit and do a little bit of EQing here to take out some harsh frequencies. You can do this by sweeping up and then going down. Next, on pattern 2, we have the kick. The kick was pretty simple. It sounds like this. The kick is routed to the 808 with the side channel, so all I had to do was just right click and side chain to this track. So on the 808, basically we're doing some side chaining here. So you'll see what that sounds like once we get to the 808 part. On the actual kick, we're just doing some boosts of the high end and taking out some of that mud over here. Next was the hi-hat pattern. The hi-hat basically sounds like this. We're just boosting a little bit of the high frequency here and panning it a little bit to the left and turning down the volume. The actual pattern looks like this. As you can see, I used the Alt R randomizer technique here to change the panning and velocity. So that's pretty useful. All right, next we have the snare, which sounds like this. The snare just has a little bit of boosting the low mid and the high mid. Next was these two claps here. So we have one that's a little pan to the left and another one pan to the right. Volume was turned down, so it sounds like this. So we got that. Next we have this little Vox sound, which sounds like this. We're just turning it down and boosting a little bit of the high frequencies. Then we have this open hat, which sounds like this. And here we're just boosting the high frequency, cutting out the lows. And then here I just have this snare that hits at the end of the bar, so it sounds like this. Pretty simple, just boosting the high mid and cutting out some of the highs. And then the meat of this beat was actually this 808, which sounds like this. So we're just following the root node of the actual melody. That's why we're going from D sharp to C sharp. And we also have these little glide nodes. If you don't know how to make a glide node, you basically just come in here, double click, and make sure that this is selected, and then press accept. Here we're cutting out the high frequency, doing a cut on the 35 hertz right here, and cutting out some junk in the middle. We have the side chaining technique going on with the kick, and then we have a soft clipper. So the 808 and kick sound like this. And basically what I'm doing is playing around with this knee knob. So right now it's at -67. So if I bring it all the way down, see how they're clashing? So I just brought it up a little like this. So we have the tagline.
Is that David Raz?
And then right before the beat comes in, we have this little reverse open hat coming in. And yeah, that's pretty much the beat. So what we have is we got this main section here, and then we're just cutting out a couple of things. So once it switches over, you can see how certain elements are cut out. As you can see, we're cutting out the hi-hat here and also 808s on this bar right here. And doing all this is going to drastically change how the beat sounds. So just play around with what you're cutting out and what you're putting in. It's going to make a big difference. Yeah, that's going to do it for this video. If you found this video useful, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on my social media accounts. I'm going to be posting a lot more videos. Thank you for watching.